Today is gonna be the first world tour I'm doing. I'm not sure how good it's gonna be. I'll try and get everything in. But if you ever seen me streaming or even playing, I always had the world days turned off because I didn't want to see how much time I had in the game and end up comparing that to what anyone else would have and just see, oh, you have 1,000 days, you haven't done this and this. So I'm just doing that at my own pace. But the other day, someone asked how many days, and it had been a while since I checked. And I turned it on, and we're over 1,000 days. It was like 1,007 when I checked last night, and now we're at 1,020. When I spawned in to this world, I was somewhere over there in the trees, and I was just trying to get to a vantage point, and I ended up climbing up there. And I saw this island. I knew I wanted to do something with this, and the village was there. It was just perfect. The open flat area. That's where I started. So the first night, all I had was the crafting table. This is where my bed was, and the chest. Still has my first pickaxe in it. And I don't know why there's three furnaces. Don't worry about that. But you can see I put a sign for the start date. April 16th, 2025. So maybe that'll be cool in a couple years just to see this sign. To know I've had the same world for over a year. So here is the house that I built and have kind of lived in. I still kind of carry around a bed and just sleep wherever when it turns dark. Cow farm is under here. This is the first time I built a house like this, and you have stairs that go up, and it does get annoying having to go up these every time. And the inside is still a mess. The glass windows are like this. The ceiling is not centered, and the map is still not finished. The chests are not sorted, except for this one, which has items I thought were cool or important. I have this random cactus here, just for throwing stuff I don't need in. Like, I'm not going to use these 7 leaves. So here's the map. Don't worry about these empty ones. So you can see the whole world. This hasn't been updated for the new field and house I just built yesterday, but it's pretty good. So I knew I wanted to keep this world mostly solo. One person has joined, and anyways, so I wanted to build a sort of village thing around here. So I have different buildings for each villager. This is supposed to be like a basket full of sticks for villagers where I break the trees and get sticks and trade them. And that's how I repair all of my mending tools. And just right over here, this is the library where it's like a book with magic enchantments coming out of it, the sugarcane farm. I never finished the enchantment table. I doubt I ever will. I mean, I've got everything I need from librarians. Maybe one day, if I'm ever bored enough. This is a iron helmet it's got a little crack in it, and it's got a horse in it. The horse from World 25, those who know. Yeah, this is where the armor is. I've never traded with them, I think, and I got these guys flying because I didn't know where to put them. Next is this thing. It's the weaponsmith and blacksmith. This is where I got kind of tired of building the houses. You can kind of tell. It's just a rectangle with swords. This next house is the farmer, and I think this might be my favorite. Got a little farm area, and he actually does farm the field, which is cool. I think I traded with him once or twice. I have my own farm. Now the last house in the village. This is supposed to be a fish. I don't think I'm ever gonna go back and fix it. It's like a fish with its head cut off because this is the fisherman's house. Go in here. He's got some fish, and the fisher guy is right here. And you can even go out, grab the fishing rod, and fish over here. We don't have time for that. A project I never really continued was supposed to be these kind of mountain houses that go into the side, and there's supposed to be like tunnels within them. Like you go into this one, and there's a staircase that leads to the top one. But I just never ended up working on it. So this is on the list of something to continue as the world progresses. Flying over to the next thing. This was originally going to be kind of like a cemetery sort of thing for the worlds that I lost. See, this one is the grave for World 28, and this was the grave for World 32. This is really small, especially when you get far away. I thought it was going to be bigger, but somehow this turned into a place for sheeps to run around. There's sheeps. This is cool. I'm not allowed in it because I'm not a sheep. So I built this tree on this mountain. I've always built big trees in some other worlds, but I never did a parallel. And this is probably the hardest one I've done because it has this curve, like the spiral, and so does this one. I want to build something underneath it. A little bit off camera, I have placed this beacon, and I've been trying to hollow out the inside. You can see it's not going that well. And maybe I'll put a iron farm under, because I mined all the iron from every cave around my house for this beacon. So yeah, that's the tree. You can see sun setting in the background. It's definitely a thing, so I'm gonna wait for it to get dark enough to sleep and move to the next area. The next thing I built was this end village above the stronghold, and I'm really excited how it looks, especially flying in from over here. You can see there's a dragon on the building. It'll make more sense when you get closer to it. This is kind of small. It doesn't have a lot of buildings. One, two, three, four, five. This is kind of like a shop for chorus flowers and chorus fruit shop. I'm the only one who does this. I'm the only one who plays in this world. Block palette was kind of limited. I probably could have used other stuff, but I just didn't. This is supposed to be like the main house and has the dragon head and a map. This is like a small park, has trees I made, of course flowers, and a bunch of skeleton horses spawned in while I was building the village, and I wanted to keep them here, so I built this park and fenced them in. This is where the egg stays. I was just hit it, but yeah, it just sits here. A little chandelier, looks kind of cool maybe, and the building is egg shaped. If you notice the carpets on the ground, this is actually where I keep the glowstone so it stays lit up at night, and I don't know if you can notice those little particle effects. I planted firefly bushes underneath the ground. This is the dragon's tower. As you can see the dragon on it, and you can just drop down into this hole and it'll take you straight to the portal, kinda. If you walk a little bit, it's down that way. So the last house in this little village was actually the first thing I built here, and it's like a watchtower, kind of. Didn't really have a plan while I was building. You can go up here and look out and see everything else. And that's the whole village basically. I've got a little flight to the next thing. So this mountain here looks like there's nothing on it. As you fly up and you go over here, there's actually a hole that I found as I was flying around. And I turned this into a little area with you go down the waterfall and two little rooms. This one over here was the first one I built, and the walls are made out of composters, so it took a lot of wood and a crafting table in the ground, keep it out of the way, a couple barrels of random blocks. And the second room over here was another reason I lost a lot of my iron, because for some reason I made the walls out of, I don't know the name of the block, but it's for compasses, lodestones. I made the walls out of lodestones, and that took a lot of iron, and I kind of regret it because I don't ever come over here. So if I ever find a use for lodestones, I know where to go. There's one last thing here, and it's behind the waterfall. You just swim through it, and there's an underground little couple of houses. Well, just two houses. I couldn't get the roof to light up. Torches don't go that high. But you got this little tree I made, a small house here, a little farm. I think that's just wheat, and four cows. That's good. And this little house here. I like this house a lot. Got a little thing here. It's a good house. This is a good little area. It's kind of cool to come here, even though I don't, because the roof kind of reminds me of Simpsons. I wanted to put villagers in here, moving them all the way up the mountain and then dropping them down into this hole. Too much work. I didn't want to do it. There is one more thing that is 2,000 blocks that way, but every time I see it, it makes me want to stop playing this game, so we're not going to fly over there. But just know there's something 2,000 blocks away that there's not really a point of showing because I didn't finish it. Maybe one day I'll expand and we'll eventually build over there. So there's only two more things in the world that I can think of right now to really show off, and the first one is the arena where I fought the Wither. So when I built this, well, there were no holes in the floor, obviously, and this wasn't here, but I spawned the Wither in the middle, and I built these around kind of as protection to kind of shields to stand behind it. 'Cause I didn't think the Wither could blow up obsidian, but it can. I didn't know you were telling the truth. So that's how I got my beacon. And there's a bunch of holes in the floor. These are actually where the Wither blew up the floor, and I thought it'd be cool to kind of fill it in. I mean, if you go anywhere else, it's just a sandstone and obsidian. So I had to expand the stone to make it look like it was on the ground. Then the holes in the walls, I just put scaffolding and a few gold blocks. I put a few gold blocks in the scaffolding just to make it more feel like the nether kind of. And this whole project is not done, but I just spent so much time on it, I had to take a short break. I want to eventually turn this whole island to make it look like it was straight teleported from the nether. So the whole floor is going to be netherrack with lava pools, and there's going to be giant stone brick statues that look like nether fortresses around, just to make it look more like it's not just placed here, obviously. Now the very last thing and the most current thing I'm building is this kind of Japanese styled village over here. And I've done some work on it. It's not finished. There's a lot of stuff I want to add in here that is going to take a long time. The first thing is this little house. This is the most recent thing I built. I finished it last night, and you can go up. It's the farmhouse. It's made out of bamboo. You got these windows. You can look out, see everything, and it leads out into this rice field. It leads into this wheat field, and I like this design, how it has waterlogged stairs that kind of flow through, and it actually does water the grass, which I think is cool. It doesn't go all the way to the end. I need to sleep right now because this place is not lit up. Okay, so that's this whole thing. most recent thing. And I built this tree also last night. It kind of hangs over the farm. You can see the little leaves dropping off. But the main attraction of this village is you're gonna walk up these steps, which I need to put slabs so it's easier. And there's gonna be a bunch of little houses. I want to put a house down there. You can kind of see the cobblestone. It's gonna be kind of hidden off from all the bamboo. But you have the starter home. This is where I'm gonna put a small map of the area, and it leads to this house, which I really like this one, but I hate that I had to use a tutorial because it is one of my favorites. I am using some of the stuff I found in it, like these upside down stairs for the floor. That's a good technique that I have copied in the next house I built, which is just right up here. I have these little upside down bamboo. You walk in. This house is gonna lead into the mines. I need to build this whole part up a little more. This will be good when it's completed. One more plan for a house I have is to build one in this area. It's gonna be like a fishing house. So I have these little ponds I made, and I just think it would add a little bit more to the village. But the real main attraction has not been built yet. I want to have a giant castle up on this hill that's gonna like just overlook the whole thing, and you're not gonna be able to miss it. I want to get all the small stuff out of the way and spend a real good amount of time on this castle. That's gonna be this whole area. Need to cut down all the trees. So that's basically the world. Everything is kind of contained to this little area except for the end village. So that's basically the whole world. I've built everything so far. Again, I don't know if it's a lot or little for 1,000 days, but I still have plans for what I want to do later. Obviously, the castle needs to be built. And one thing I really want to do is clear out an ocean monument. There's like 3 or 4 over this way that I've never actually cleared one out, and I could definitely do something cool with them since there are a bunch close together. So let's just end this where we started, back here, the start of the world. Okay, I can't sleep right now, but imagine it was night and I went to sleep and the video cut, or like it faded to black. That'd be good.